Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. It is November and I would love to take you out to the garden and show you what it looks like in one of these really cold months. It's a little bit frosty outside, so I'm gonna grab my coat and I'll meet you out in the garden. I thought I would show you the greenhouse first. Just a few little peppers in here. They're starting to, get dried out and they're pretty much done. I will be planting lettuce in here shortly. And let's step inside the garden. I'll give you a bit of an overview. The raspberries, they still have their leaves. They haven't frozen or fallen off or anything. This bed here that had the mallow has been cleaned up and is waiting for something new to be planted in it. And all down here are the grapevines, which are completely finished. And these are some strawberries. A lot of these beds have already been cleaned up, but that doesn't mean there's nothing growing in the garden. Here we have the yarrow, which has been trimmed way down, but still growing nicely, and it'll come back strong next year. This frosty bed here has some poppies still growing and some mullein that is definitely done. Over here we have a huge patch of celery that has already been frozen so many times. It's a little pithy on the inside, but the parts way down at the base are still really tasty. And here we have thyme, which is really doing very well, and it's nice to come and snip out some fresh thyme. This is a comfrey plant which needs to be pulled. It will come back next year. And we have some fresh sage. Doesn't seem to mind the frost yet. And over here we have oregano and lemon balm, which is suffering because of the freezing temperatures. You can see all the frost here. The lemon balm is still good. You could use it for tea or whatnot if you wanted to. And this is white sage, and it's really frost damaged, so all of it needs to be pulled. And these are strawberries, and I need to revamp this whole bed. As you can see, the compost is completely gone. And this bed's all nice and clear. We have cranberries and weeds. And here's the rhubarb bed. It'll come back. You can see some leaves, but in the springtime, it'll pop right back up. Here we have marjoram that's totally dead, and skullcap with all of this frost damage. So this plant's done for the season. Here we have chamomile. After the chamomile was done, of course, it reseeded itself and grew back. If this dies over the winter, it doesn't matter. There's still seeds in there and it will grow back. And here's some lavender. Pretty hardy plant. And along here are blueberries and the raspberries, of course, and they're all dormant. These beds are empty. So now we're going toward the center of the garden. And in this bed here, we have broccoli and cauliflower all the way down. And they do pretty well with this cold weather, assuming they don't get completely covered in snow. We'll have early broccoli and cauliflower in the spring. And this bed had the tomatoes in it, and it's just empty. and will remain empty. This bed here looks empty, but actually it's full of garlic that was planted last month in October. Here is where the peppers were. There's even one for the critters if they decide they want some. Over here we have lime balm and hyssop and parsley. The parsley's been frozen a few times this year, but it's pretty hardy and it's still good, so I'm gonna definitely be harvesting some more to dehydrate. I use parsley on everything. Here's some more herbs that are basically done. The feverfew here did bloom and it's finished. And same thing with the hyssop and the tarragon. Here are the Brussels sprouts. And these are happy Brussels sprouts, you guys. Look at that. It's time to eat them. Now let's see what's in the front of the garden. And these are all broccoli seeds. And it is time to pull them. A dry, sunny day is a good time to do this. And that's how tiny the seeds are. But that's like millions and millions of seeds. I won't need to buy seeds for a while. And then in this bed, we have our kale, which is still really good and tasty, even though the stalks have fallen over because of how heavy the tops are. Here we have more thyme and some savory. This is the savory right here. And this is oregano, and it's sad because it's frozen. And in front of that are broccoli stalks that are still flowering, but there are no bees to pollinate them because they are already huddled in their hives. It's so cold out there, like my nose is frozen just from being out there with you guys for a few minutes. It's 28 degrees. It's beautiful, clear, and sunshiny, but oh my gosh, it is so cold. But despite that, as you can see, I have a bunch more garden cleanup to do before the end of the season. And I am such a fortunate girl. My beloved friend Dr. Ron has gifted me a whole bunch of finely chopped up leaves so that I can mulch that into my garden beds to build up the soil. I will put a link up here on the pros and cons of leaf mulching. I definitely do recommend it. There are pros and cons, but I'm going to do it. And I'm specifically doing it this year for a very, very special reason. And I want you guys to stay tuned to my channel because next month I have huge garden news. It is something that you guys are not going to want to miss. It's very, very important to me, and I hope it will be important to you as well. So make sure you subscribe and keep tabs on this channel because even though there'll be a few videos between now and my next garden update in December, I really want you to see that video especially. Also, you guys, please consider becoming a member. It's only $2.99 a month, and it really does help me continue to bring you this content. I will see you again next time. Bye!